My father took every cent my mother left me when she passed, claiming it was family money. I was 23, fresh out of college, and already carrying student loans I thought I could manage with the savings Mom had carefully put aside for me. Instead, I discovered he drained the account within 6 months of her funeral. My name is Julia. I'm 29 now, living in Portland, working as a junior architect. I always loved sketching buildings. My mother used to say my notebooks were more blueprints than doodles. Mom believed in me enough to set aside $42,000 for my future. That was supposed to be my safety net, my start. My father, a 57-year-old insurance broker, was always charismatic. That's what neighbors said. He could talk anyone into anything. But I'd grown up watching him treat my mother like she was disposable, cutting remarks, weeks of disappearing on business trips. After her death, I thought maybe grief would humble him. Instead, it emboldened him. At first, he told me he'd manage the money until I was settled. I wanted to believe him, but little red flags started showing. New clothes, expensive watches, dinners at restaurants he never took Mom to. Then a woman half his age began showing up at family barbecues. Just a friend, he said, laughing off the whispers. By Thanksgiving that year, he'd stopped pretending. He brought her, his mistress, to dinner. She sat in my mother's chair. That was my breaking point. When I confronted him about Mom's account, he brushed it off with a smirk. Julia, I paid for your upbringing, your college. That money was mine to use. I left that night, shaking with rage, but I didn't let the anger blind me. I went back to my apartment, pulled up every document I had, bank statements Mom had mailed me, her will, even her handwritten notes about the account. The will clearly stated the funds were for me. I hired a lawyer with the little credit I had left. When he was served, my father exploded. I got long, ranting voicemails, how ungrateful I was, how I was tearing apart the family. He even showed up at my office one afternoon, demanding I drop the case. My boss had to escort him out while he screamed about blood money. The legal fight was brutal. He'd spent most of it already on vacations, jewelry, paying off the mistress's credit cards. But the judge saw right through him. The ruling gave me partial restitution, and even though I only got back $18,000, it was a victory. I closed the joint accounts, blocked him everywhere, and told him he was no longer welcome in my life. For years, he tried to worm his way back in. Fake apologies, birthday cards stuffed with 20 bills like I was still 10 years old, messages through relatives about how his new wife missed having me around. I stayed firm, the silver lining. In cutting him out, I leaned on people who genuinely cared. My godmother, who'd quietly suspected him for years, stepped up as a mentor. A colleague who sat through my courthouse breakdown became my closest friend and eventually my partner. He's the one who told me, your mother's legacy isn't in a bank account, it's in you. 6 years later, I walk past the insurance building where my father used to strut, and I feel nothing. He gambled my future on a fleeting romance, and in the end, lost me forever. The first line of this story was true then, and it's still true now. My father took every cent my mother left me, but he never got the one thing he wanted most, my forgiveness.